So in this room we are friends, partners, and business partners. So when we talk in ICCO about all the groups, then we mean Cannes Lions. That's a festival where each of us would like to have a word, each of us would like to participate, each of us wants to have a word. I'm proud to present Fiorenza, Plinio, who is the senior awards manager at the Lions Festival, and this is the first part of the Cannes Lions presentation because ICCO is a proud sponsor of the Young Cannes Lions, and the winners will be tomorrow at 3:30, the Swedish group, and you will see the Swedish model. So, Fiorenza, prego.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, my name is Fiorenza, and I'm from Cannes Lions. So I hope you all know what Cannes Lions is. For those among you that don't know what Cannes Lions is, I will explain to you in a nutshell. Okay. Work out the presentation. Okay, so Cannes Lions is the biggest international festival of creativity that we have in the world. So every year in June we have about 12,000 delegates travel down to the Crozet, to the Cannes, to the Riviera, not only to drink rosé, not only to party, but also to discuss creativity, to discuss how creativity affects not only their career, but their industries. Okay, so I launched the PR Lion competition back in 2009, 7 years ago, and we've seen since then thousands and thousands of great creative work from all over the world. Most of it is from big networks, of course, but in the recent years we also seen more and more work from independent agencies, which is really important. I will show to you today what winning a Lions means and how your agency can become a Lion, how your agency can become more creative. And I will show you first of all a couple of videos here to see what the biggest Grand Prix have been for the past 7 years in Cannes Lions, in PR Lions. So let's have a look at that together first of all.
You know
Okay, so what we just seen is the 7 PR Lion Grand Prix that have been awarded in Cannes over the past 7 years. So this is great creative work from all over the world, as you can see. So first of all, creativity is key. You agree with me, right? Creativity is key to all these pieces. But what is creativity? This is the question. How do we define creativity nowadays? Well, in Cannes, we ask some leaders in the creative industry, not only from agencies, but also clients and artists, scientists. And this is what they say. Let's have a look.
Creativity is an expression of self.
Is a passion,
unreasonable desire to change the world.
It's all about potential.
it's lateral thinking combined with fun and energy.
Creativity is really the search to find yourself.
Not doing what's being done and doing it better, but doing what hasn't been done before.
Embracing risk.
Is our ability to have unconstrained thinking.
And constantly questioning and doubting yourself.
Is to be able to think differently from what you learned.
We saw so many different point of views, but what creativity is, what creative work look like nowadays? Well, creative work put things in a new light. I'm sure you all agree with that. Creative work causes me to rethink, start from scratch, think again. Creative work resonates and is relevant, obviously, but creative work also evokes emotional response, and creative work is brave, most of all. At Cannes Lions, we also believe that creative work drives business results. James Herman, I'm sure many of you know him, is one of the world's leading strategic thinkers, wrote a book on creativity, on creative bravery, and wrote a book called The Case for Creativity. I suggest you to read it if you haven't done it already. And what he found out in his book, he found out that creativity and creatively awarded campaign, well, they generate 11 times more market share growth than non-creatively awarded campaign. And it's not the only one that sees that. Also, big brands like McDonald's, Unilever, P&G, they share his theory. McDonald's, especially here, the theory about creative awarded work that wins and generate more return of investment is true for McDonald's. They actually proved that 50% more ROI is generated by creative work compared to the non-creative work. So creative work is not only about collaboration, about emotional connection, and it's also about driving business results, okay? This is very important. And what are the common ingredients to creative work? Well, again, we had about 200 seminars in Cannes and workshops and talks, and most of our speakers were talking about these common ingredients in 2015. So what are the common ingredients to creative work? Well, I will show you a little video here on what they said.
Emotional power.
Issues with data.
Collaborators that you respect.
Emotional. Collaborating.
Data.
Emotions.
Collaboration.
Data.
Emotional.
Collaborate.
Data.
Emotional.
Collaboration. Data.
Emotional collaboration.
Data.
Emotional.
Collaboration. Data. Emotionally.
Collaborate.
Data.
Emotion. Collaboration.
Data.
Emotion. Collaborate.
Data.
Emotional. Collaboration.
Data.
Emotion. Collaborate. Data.
Emotion. Collaboration.
Data.
Big data, fast data, small data, wide data. I call it any fucking thing you like.
Collaborating.
There seems to be a belief today that you can get 8 people in a room and collaborate and make a great idea. And that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard.
Emotion.
That's what turns me on. That's why I came into this business.
Okay, so Sir John Haggerty was talking about collaboration. He doesn't really believe in it. Most of the others do believe in collaboration. But also he said, this is why I came into this business, because creative work give me these emotions, okay? Emotional connection with the audience, with the consumers. So what is creativity in 2015? What we see now is data and technology. Creativity is driven by data and technology. Creativity is about emotional connection, and creativity is also about collaborations, okay, between agencies and brands. Talking about data technology in public relation, in the work we've seen this year in Cannes, well, most of all, we've seen lots of work that is data and tech driven. And not only emotionally connected, but also data allow agency to be able to work with the clients to find and reach consumers, to connect with consumers. I want to show you a great piece of work that won a PR Lion Gold Award this year in Cannes, and is done by Ogilvy PR in Beijing. And you can see from this piece of work how data and technology really are at the heart of the idea, of the creative idea. Let's have a look.
For centuries, the British roamed the world, slapping English names on just about everything. So when it came time to promote Great Britain in China, we thought the Chinese might like to return the favour, with great Chinese names for Great Britain.
Now, Britain is launching its largest ever tourism campaign, and it's based around asking people to choose the Chinese name for a range of British landmarks.
We want funny names, we want thought-provoking names, we want names which are poetic.
就叫它那个迷字小镇，
自由之路，荣耀之路，
山坡上的蚯蚓。
We invited them to suggest names for over 100 iconic British attractions online, and the names poured in.
女王驾到，
侠盗林，
占星塔. This is not listed on the site. Namers were encouraged to personally visit the location and be the first to upload their submissions to Weibo, along with proof of visit. A Chinese Beatles fan named Yu Run grabbed the opportunity to name Beatles landmarks in London and Liverpool.
现在终于命名完了，它就叫潘尼路了。
The names were immortalized on Wikipedia, Baidu, and Google Maps. And the campaign became a talking point both in China and abroad.
多了上百个景点。
The new Chinese name for the Gherkin building in London translates quite literally to the pickled little cucumber.
The famous Highland Games, some feel it could be better translated as strong man, skirt party.
This was the first time in history one country had invited the citizens of another to come up with names for its major landmarks. And as a result, Britain is greeting a lot more Chinese tourists this year.
Thank you very much. 大功告成了，我可能创造了一段小历史。
So it's not only about data and technology, obviously. So we're talking about emotion, emotional connection, and it's possible to make a compelling PR campaign also by connecting with your audience at an emotional level. So the PR industry knows that very well. We've seen so many great pieces of work this year in Cannes that do connect with the audience, with consumers emotionally. But when we talk about emotion, okay, we talk about creative work with this opposed to appealing to the rational mind, but also we talk about not only government and not-for-profit work, we talk about campaigns that also are purpose-built. So why I'm saying that? Because obviously you might think that it's easier, okay, to stroke your emotional chord with campaigns that are done for non-profit and that are done for government, but also what about campaigns that are purpose-led? More and more global brands are now connected with the audience and using like campaigns that are all bigger than USP and all social responsibility. So what I'm trying to say here is that campaigns that are purpose-built were a must in Cannes this year. So we seen the Like a Girl campaign, they won the Grand Prix, the PR Lion Grand Prix, but also another campaign that I think is really relevant in terms of this purpose-built campaign. And this campaign is the Proud Whopper, which won several prizes in Cannes this year. And I will show to you a little bit of the video. Thanks.
when people sit down to eat a hamburger, the last thing they want to be thinking about is two guys having sex.
In 2014, we invited people to try the most controversial hamburger in history.
Trending tonight, some of the stories that are hot right now online. Twitter, Burger King.
Proud Whopper.
Called the Proud Whopper. Introducing the Proud Whopper.
So like it's a gay burger, or what is it? Do gay people even eat fast food?
Yeah, it's about time.
People wondered what was so different about this Whopper.
You want to try the Proud Whopper?
What is a Proud Whopper? What is the difference?
Like, it really does taste different.
To me, it tastes like more like sweeter. I don't know.
But in reality, the Proud Whopper was just like any other Whopper.
We are all the same inside.
It's the same burger.
A badge of hope. The Proud Whopper took over social media and mass media publications. It gathered over 1 billion media impressions worth $21 million of earned media, 7 million views, 450,000 blog mentions, and became the #1 trending topic on Facebook and Twitter in 1 week.
We're all the same inside.
In the end, the Proud Whopper became more than a hamburger. It became a proclamation of equality.
Okay, this is what I meant by purpose-led PR campaigns, okay? So one last thing about collaboration here. So we talk a lot about collaboration, but do we really do it? So in Cannes, we saw a lot of work that was actually entered in collaboration between PR agencies and advertising agencies. More and more work, actually, is now a collaboration, a great collaboration between agencies. So I will show you a little bit, because we're running a little bit late here, but we show you another piece of work that is a great collaboration between two agencies. One is Fuel PR and Communication in Australia and MC Saatchi advertising agency, also from Australia. This piece of work is a great winner because not only won in PR Lions, but also across different categories, so ranging from Cyber Lions to media, mobile, and digital. So let's have a look at this video because it will show you exactly what I mean by great collaboration between agencies.
Introducing Cleverboy, a smart ocean buoy that detects sharks and sends instant alerts to lifeguards via the Optus network. The buoy detects the sharks by using a breakthrough sonar system we developed that measures the shark's unique movement. Once a shark has been detected, a real-time message is sent to the lifeguard towers via the Optus network. Cleverboy is a viable alternative to current shark defence methods in Australia and worldwide. One that's more efficient, economical and humane.
World first shark detection technology to help prevent attacks.
Since launch, Cleverboy has featured in over 800 global news stories, earning an audience of over 40 million through PR and social. Our brief was to change the perception of the Optus network. Now with Cleverboys under commercial development and the leader of the New South Wales Government funding public trials, we've created an entirely new use for the Optus network, one that will continue to get talked about.
So we've seen what collaboration is, we've seen what emotional connection is all about, and also we've seen that creativity can drive your agency, but can also drive your business results, okay? But what we haven't talked about yet is what will PR Lion look like in 3 years from now for its 10th anniversary. Well, we've done a little bit of research and we think that all the frontiers between agencies are now blurring, so going back again to collaboration. And the new ecosystem is people and brand-centric, and not discipline-centric anymore, or at least it will be. And there's a true need for reinvention for agencies, okay? So agencies and brands have the power to reflect back change in society and to be braver than ever, okay? So this is where we come from. This is what advertising and PR looked like in the 60s, okay? Not something to be proud of, I think. And then this is where we are now, okay? Purpose-led campaign that stroke emotional chord, campaign that have at the heart data and technology, and campaign that use collaboration more than ever. How can your agency become alliance? This is the question I've been asked many times in Cannes. I think what you should do, you should embrace the evolving nature of the industry. Don't be afraid to do that. Collaborate, more and more collaboration, not only between PR agencies, but also integrated collaboration with other agencies that are media, creative, and advertising from all different backgrounds, really. And then commit to creative bravery, because being a lion doesn't come without responsibilities. Thank you.